Not eating is probably or more likely better than eating. When we think about food, we're often told to focus on what we should eat superfood, supplements. But what if in certain situations, not eating is actually better for you than eating? I am a food industry expert, and in my all 5 years of studies about food, this was the most magical and the most fascinating advice I have ever heard when one of my best professors said that eating in the most situations is gonna be better than eating. Okay, first, let's talk about the reality of the most of the foods we consume daily, especially those snacks and processed food. This aren't just empty calories. They can actively harm our health. They are filled with additives and a lot of sugars. These foods act like negative supplements. They tax our bodies, stressing our digestive systems, impacting our blood sugar, and even contributing to inflammation over time. This short-term satisfaction often comes with long-term consequences. In United States, more than 60% of calories consumed come from ultra-processed food, according to a 2016 study published in PMG Open. These foods are typically high in added sugar, fats, and preservatives, which are harder for the body to process or drive minimal nutritional. The American Heart Association found that Americans consume an average of 77 grams of added sugar per day, more than double the recommended amount. Excessive sugar can lead to inflammation, blood sugar spikes, and a burden on metabolic processes, all of which can slow recovery when the body is trying to heal, as we said. And there are studies show that average Americans consume about 3,600 calories per day, for exceeding the recommended daily intake of 2,000 and 2,500 calories for the most adults. Much of this excess comes from snacking and highly processed foods, again, which are calorie dense but nutrient poor, offering just little real value for health or healing. A study in the Journal of Clinical Investigation found that processed and sugar foods significantly increase markers of inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural response to illness, but eating these foods just exacerbates the process, making the body work harder instead of promoting healing. On average, 25-30% of daily energy is used just for digestion and metabolic processing of food, depending of course on the food type and quantity. This means overeating or eating hard to digest foods requires substantial energy that could otherwise be redirected toward immune function and cell repair during illness. I'm not telling you this to scare you or to show you that eating is not good, but to show you is the most of what you eat is not good. If you eat just to enjoy, pay attention and be careful of what you eat. Sometimes it's just unnecessary, and the most of times enjoying your time without eating would be much better than just eating. Why does rest really matter so much? Okay, to understand, you need to know that our bodies go into overdrive when sick or just not feeling well. The body keeps working behind the scenes to fight off whatever is ailing us, whatever it is a virus, stress, or even fatigue. And this makes every ounce of energy needs to go toward recovery. Resting gives our body the chance to focus on healing instead of digestion, which takes a lot of energy. For example, proteins and fatty acids takes a lot of energy and complexity for our system to digest. Think of this way when you want to repair something in a car, for example. You would not keep it on, would you? You turn it off so that with all your attention, you might fix the problem. And that is exactly what rest does for the body. And furthermore, eating when we are sick interferes with our recovery process. It is quite a taxing process, digestion is. And when we load up on more food, especially heavier processed or sugar foods, our body needs to divert energy from its healing process to digestion. Ever notice that when you are really not well, you don't feel much like eating? That's not accident. Our bodies have natural reaction to illness or stress. Loss of appetite is like your body's way of saying, hey, we need all the energy we can get right now for healing, not eating. And this is according to a study in 2016. This study showed that certain hormones released during infection suppress appetite and prioritizing healing over eating. Okay, now let's discuss rest and immunity. Rest allows your body the time it needs to produce more immune cells in fighting infection. Sleep opens viral chemicals in your body, including cytokines, empowered by inflammation and fostering healing. Okay, if anything is required by your body when unwell, just let it have an uninterrupted quality rest. Don't get me wrong, not to say you never eat. There are times when you really don't need something, especially if you are feeling weak or lightheaded. But the trick is to pick the foods that help recovery along, not foods that just make digestion work for no reason at all, like those empty calories, which is found in the most of the food that we eat daily. It's gonna be like 90% of the food that we eat is like empty calories. They do nothing but to make digestion work and annoying our body. I mean, if you absolutely must eat, try simple things like broth, herbal teas, or easy to digest fruits. This will give your body some nutrition without overloading your system. In short, the next time you feel unwell, just take a brief respite from everything. Let your body do precisely what it needs to do. Heal, sleep, drink a little water, and when you feel like something, eat something light and nutritious, and your body will look after itself if you only take the time to listen.